Hello, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining today's cooking channel. This is your girl Rosemary, and welcome to the Queen Cuisine Cooking Channel. I hope you all are having a fabulous day. So today we are going to be making fried rice. Fried rice, I know, is very easy, but I just wanted to walk you through the steps I take in making my fried rice. It's pretty easy. There's nothing complicated about it. And before we dive into anything else, let's look at what do we really need to make the fried rice. The first thing you will need is your rice. So I'm going to be using 3 cups of rice today, and of course my meat. So I'm using chicken, and this is already well seasoned. You need to make sure you are seasoning you can use whatever meat you like. You can use your beef, you can use chicken, whatever you want to use in making your fried rice. Just make sure it's properly seasoned, because we are going to be using the stock for the fried rice. And of course, I'm going to be using my shrimp. You know, your girl loves shrimps. So I'm using my shrimp for fried rice. And I just wanted you to know also that you can use any meat of your choice. You may decide not to use shrimp, you may decide to use diced liver, you may decide to use ham, you may decide to use anything else to garnish your fried rice to make it really tasty. And without forgetting our veggies, I'm going to be using 2 bags of minced veggies, okay, for my fried rice. And I'm also going to be using my olive oil to make my fried rice. So let's start cooking. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is to bring our meat to a boil. So I'm going to cook my chicken. So to do that, I'm going to add some water to my seasoned chicken. I don't want to use a lot of water, just enough to boil my fried rice. So I'm going to bring that to a boil. Okay, while the meat is cooking, I'm going to wash my rice using hot water. And the reason why I would recommend using hot water to wash your rice is to reduce the starch, because we eat a lot of starch, and Uncle Ben's rice is really starchy. So in order to kind of tone down the starch a little bit, you have to wash it with hot water. So that will really help to reduce the starch. So I'm just going to add the hot water to my rice. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to keep stirring, pretty much washing it, right? And this will really help reduce the starch in the rice. And once I'm done this, I'm going to strain it out. Then I'm going to kind of just rinse it down with lukewarm water or tap water. That should do it. You can let this sit for maybe 2 minutes, because you really don't want the rice to be really soaked. Okay, so see how white the water is? That is the starch in the rice. So I'm going to strain this off, and I'm going to use just the tap water to rinse it, and then my rice will be ready to cook. So while we allow this to boil, I'm just going to strain off this water. Okay guys, this is my washed rice. It's fully washed. We're able to get rid of some starch, which is very good. So I'm going to sit this to the side, and then I'm going to remove my chicken because it's fully cooked. So I'm going to air fry my chicken. So I'm just going to move it out from the boiling pot, and I'm going to air fry the chicken. Okay, and again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. Also, like this video, share the video with your family and loved ones. And if you are interested in any kitchen gadgets and accessories, please check out my description box. Go to my blog. You'll be able to get all your kitchen utensils of your choice, and they are quality products. Okay, so this is the cooked chicken. So now I'm just going to add some cooking oil, right? I'm going to spray some of that on here. I'm going to air fry this. Okay, just going to set that off for half an hour. It may take longer than that. It all depends on how you love your chicken, you know, to be brown or air fried. So now this is the stock from boiling my chicken, right? So I am going to reduce my heat and I'm going to add my rice. Okay, I'm going to add my rice to the stock. So we're using our stock from the meat to boil our rice, to cook the rice today. I'm going to stir that up. So the next thing I want to do is to add my shrimps. That's my shrimps. I'm going to add my shrimps to my rice. I'm going to stir it up. So notice I'm no longer going to add salt because I'm using the stock from my meat, which is well seasoned. So when I cooked my meat, I used onion, I used Maggi cube, I used some curry powder and some other seasoning to cook my meat. I also used rosemary leaves, I used thyme leaves to cook my meat. So because of the spice I actually use in cooking my meat, I'm not going to add any salt. So because I know it already has more than enough salt. Okay, so the next thing, I'm just going to close my pot and I'm going to bring that to a boil. I'm going to allow my rice to cook. And when you're cooking your rice, you want to make sure that you're not using a lot of water. Notice I'm only using my stock. I know as time goes on I may want to add a little bit of water to make sure it cooks properly, just enough. Okay, you don't want it to be soggy because I don't like soggy rice. Okay, and it's fried rice. So while we're waiting on our rice to fully cook, so what I'm going to be doing next is I am going to fry my veggies. This is my veggies. I'm going to turn on the heat for that, and I'm going to add some olive oil, not a lot of olive oil. And I'm going to add some curry powder, just a little bit. Okay, you don't want it to be too over seasoned. Then if you're someone that loves a little bit of spice, you may want to add, move this away, you may want to add some black pepper to it, just to put a twist to your cooking. Okay, and then I'm going to stir that all up. I'm going to actually fry this for about 15 minutes, and I'm using medium heat on this. Okay, make sure it's well fried, and also you don't want it to be burnt, you don't want it to be soggy, you just want it to be cooked enough. Okay, so we're going to allow this to fry up for like 15 minutes, and then we'll set it to the side while we wait for our rice to cook. Again, if you haven't subscribed to my video, please go ahead and subscribe, like this video, share this video, and also drop your comments. Your comments are absolutely welcome. And let me know how you think about what we're cooking today. Any suggestion, recommendation, how you make your fried rice, please drop it in the comment section. Again, I really do appreciate you taking the time today to cook with me. And we just give our cooking, like our frying our vegetables, 15 minutes to properly fry, and then the rice maybe about half an hour to cook, and then we'll be right back. Okay guys, I know that my rice is not going to cook properly just using the stock, so I'm going to add a little bit of water. So please be careful when you do this. Just make sure you are not adding too much water. You are adding just enough to cook your rice. And I'm also going to stir my veggies as well. I'm frying my veggies. All I did was just added some olive oil, I added some curry powder, and I added a little bit of black pepper to my veggies. Fry my veggies. And we're going to allow this to fry for like 15 minutes. You just have to keep an eye on it, make sure it's not burnt, and make sure it's not overcooked, just moderate. Okay, alrighty, So my veggies is fully fried. So this is how it looks. It's fully fried and cooked. You don't want it to be overcooked, okay? Because we're going to mix that with our fried rice when the rice is fully cooked. So now we are going to check our rice. So let me bring the camera closer so you guys can actually see. This is how the rice looks like, right? It's almost cooked. And I'm not going to add any more water because I don't want it soggy. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to actually add in my veggies, and it's going to gradually cook. So I just added in my veggies because the rice is almost cooked. You're going to mix that together. Make sure you stir everything together, because if you tend to add any more water, the rice is just going to get soggy. So you need to make sure you are watching the amount of water you use in cooking your fried rice, because from here on you're just going to use low heat to make sure the rice is soft, because the rice is actually, we are almost there with the rice, okay? So we're going to stir this up real good. And trust me, I did not add any more salt because I know it's really tasty. So, you can test for salt. So this time around, I'm just going to test for salt, and I'm also going to test for the softness of my rice. That is how cooked it is. Then I'm going to cover this up and let it sit for another 5-10 minutes. And you have to keep stirring it because you don't want it to get burnt at the bottom. So that's pretty much how you make your fried rice. It's pretty easy. That's the step I take in making my fried rice. We are almost there. Okay, I am going to check my chicken. It should be all good. So this is my chicken, air fried. So I'm going to add this to a bowl. It's all good and ready to consume. Again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Like this video, share this video with your family, with your loved ones. And if you are interested in good quality kitchen gadgets and accessories, please check out my blog in the description section. That's going to take you straight to the link where you can access all your kitchen utensils and accessories. Again, I really appreciate you spending your time with me today, cooking fried rice. So this is the chicken, well fried, well milled, well seasoned. So I'm going to go ahead and stir my fried rice. You don't need to keep it for too long. It's well cooked already. I'm going to move the camera closer so you all can see. That is the end product. The rice is fully cooked. So I am going to go ahead and dish myself a plate. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and dish myself a plate. I'm going to turn off my heat. I'm just going to take a little bit of rice, add some shrimps. Like I mentioned earlier, it's pretty easy to cook fried rice. I'm going to add some meat to this. And that is your end product right there. Again, I want to thank you and appreciate each and every one of you for tuning into my channel and to kind of join me in cooking fried rice. Until I come your way again, please love yourself, love your neighbors, and be good to one another. Thank you. Bye guys. Thank you.